Salt Lake City. A couple of teams trying to stake their claim to being among the best in the country in this top 25 showdown we have in store. It's the Indiana Hoosiers and the Utah Utes. Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with you. Let's check in with our sideline reporter, Holly Rowe.
Rice-Eccles Stadium is nestled at the bottom of the Wasatch Mountains. This is a gorgeous college football season, but it has also seen a lot of great sports history. Home to the opening ceremonies for the 2002 Winter Olympics, it will host opening ceremonies again in 2034. Back to you.
Okay, Holly. The Hoosiers headed toward the ball, and we're ready for action. And he'll bring it back. The coverage team maintains his discipline, not much doing on that return. So the Utah Utes offense will have the football first. And we've said many times a tight end is the quarterback's best friend, but the last time these two played together, you could make the argument it was even more than family. It was like that thing there is a friend who sticks closer than a brother, David.
It was really impressive. I mean, they put up big numbers. It seemed to work every time he looked to the big fella, he delivered. So elite 1-2 punch. Jesse, how do you slow that guy down?
I mean, you just got to pick your matchup poison, honestly. You can put a safety against him and try to take advantage of the speed, but he's not going to be big enough to match up physically. If you go linebacker, you're not fast enough. So mixing and matching the looks, I think, is the best chance this defense has.
Dropping back, it's Dampier. Rushes on. Just gets rid of that one.
This is going to be a key that we look at this entire game. How can this defense find ways to affect this quarterback and get pressure on him? Because they felt coming into the game, if they could do that, they could affect him and influence this passing game.
They'll send the back in motion. On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Makes the grab. They finally get to him. What a play there to pick up the first down. The Utes come to the line in the hurry-up.
And it's frustrating as a defense when you give up that first down and you give up that pass play. But here we go with this offense. They're right back on the ball. You got to flush that. You got to get lined up, and you got to communicate.
And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on first down and set up a short yardage on second down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on second down.
Give to the running back. Swapped immediately.
Well, just nothing doing on that last run, and they knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot, they're going to have to do a lot better running the football.
Third and short from the 44, and we might know if they plan to go for it on fourth down by what they call here. They're working that left side. Now with a great opportunity as they pick up the first down, they've got it at the 40.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on third down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that play.
Picked up 5 on that last pass play. Now it's 2nd and 5. On the option. It's a fumble. Defense falls on the ball. Going to be a turnover.
Man, that's a frustrating end to a promising drive. When you get the first drive, you start to go down the field, get in the enemy territory, thinking you might get points, and you do what you can't do. You make that mistake, put the ball on the deck, defense recovers, and gets the momentum in this football game.
This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. Finds a crease. It's Beebe. Just smothered on the play.
And here's what you know about Indiana football. They're going to be physical. They're going to be so well coached and disciplined, and they're going to run the football. It was the key ingredient to helping Fernando Mendoza win a Heisman. Like, the ability to RPO off of it. So, Palmer, I don't know who the names are going to be throughout the season, but I know they're going to run downhill, no nonsense, and they'll have a guy that they'll hitch their wagon to.
Yeah, everybody talking about losing Mendoza, but Black and Hemby were a big part of that thing, too. I think the offensive line, though, was key to it all. Anytime you have two 1,000-yard rushers, it's because the guys up front are pushing people around, and that was the secret sauce to Indiana's Cinderella run a year ago. So up front, these guys have to continue to dominate. They'll reload the backfield through the portal, through recruiting, but it all starts in...
Wait just a minute, guys. The offense looks as if they're going for it in their own end. Needs it here on 4th down. Still running at the 40. He's brought down, but not before he picks up the 1st down and a gutsy call to keep this drive alive.
And they're showing you their intentions early in the game. It's 4th down, you're in your own end. We're going to be aggressive, and we're not just going to do this early. We're going to do this all game long. Awesome execution on a critical down.
Couldn't ask for much more there. A 1st down, and they're down to the 42.
And, David, we know when you're playing on the road how important it is to try and steal momentum early and quiet the crowd. You gash the defense with a run like that to pick up a big 1st down, that'll do it. And that's really a tone setter, I think, for this offense. And you're sending a direct message to the opponent. We are going to be physical, and we're going to try to run this thing down your throat.
Yeah, and they got a chance to respond. And the crowd hopefully can get behind them and get back in it. The defense has got to do a better job. We got to stop the run. They got to tackle, get more hats to the football. This will be a challenge. They're going to run the football. They better be man enough to stop it. Really put an offensive possession together here that's fun to watch. Like, it's fun to watch them own the line of scrimmage, be physical. In this area of the field, this is what they call the fringe, right outside the red zone. It's kind of your last opportunity to take shots, take advantage of the extended space on the field before you get cramped in the red zone. So I look for this offense to be aggressive.
Well, the defense playing zone coverage there. They're taking away all of the QB's primary options down the field, so he has to check it down to the drag running underneath.
After the 4-yard completion on 1st down, now it's 2nd and 6. What powerful running, just driving the pile forward for everything he could get. He'll be just a few inches short. The mighty Utah student section alive and bringing the noise on 3rd down. Making the adjustment. From the red zone, it's Beebe. He'll get that one all the way down to the 4-yard line before he stopped. And the Hoosiers kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work. We've reached the end of the 1st quarter, and it has been a defensive battle, and the stats tell the tale so far. They'll try to open this quarter by sticking it in the end zone here. Keeping it on the ground on 1st and goal. They were all over it.
This is what you love to see from your red zone defense now. You're making the opponent go backwards. Really nice stop on the run, a TFL. Now you got a big 2nd down. Here probably expecting the offense to throw with a little bit more room to work with.
Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Fires into the end zone. Touchdown, Hoosiers! Fired in from the red zone for the score. Getting ready for the extra point after the 1st score of the game. And the PAT makes it 7-0. You know what? Methuselah lived 969 years. He was born and died in the amount of time it took them to walk it down the field and score that touchdown.
And that's just so frustrating. Play after play after play. You line up, you try to do your assignment, and you fail, and they cap it off with a touchdown? Oh, Methuselah.
Complete to start this drive. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
I'll tell you, I just don't like throwing wide receiver screens against press man coverage. Receivers are not great blockers, and they just couldn't get it done there, and as a result, the offense actually loses a couple of yards.
And the Utes now with a long way to go to pick up the 1st down. finds his man on the RPO. At the 35, he's got room. Works his way into the 41, and that is plenty to give him the first down.
Really excited to see what Utah is going to do this year. You're so used, David. We were for years seeing Kyle Whittingham strolling the sidelines for Utah. Obviously, he's now off in Ann Arbor, but with Dampier back at quarterback, they've got the pieces, and the Big 12 every year we know is so wide open. If Utah can continue to be physical, they had some big losses, especially along the offensive line. I think this could be a special season in Salt Lake City.
Yeah, and you saw a lot of good moments from Dampier. I mean, this guy can scramble around, can run around, can make things happen. It's the passing game. Can it evolve? Can it grow? They've got weapons, but it all starts with the quarterback.
They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
Just a short pass to the tight end. That'll be enough for the first down, and they'll mark it at the 48.
When you can run routes like this big guy, you can line him up in the slot. You can give him some extra space to work and just let him find the open holes over the middle of the field. It's a good idea to line him up in different spots to help him out, but he's a big part of this passing game. You saw why there.
Shakes off the defender. A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on second down. The play fake. Finds his big tight end. And the defense stops him just short of the first down. Maybe needed a few more chain links to move the sticks. You know, David, this is really what game managing is. Nice pickup on second down to help them on the next play.
Yeah, and I think people look at that negative sometimes, finding a quarterback that's a game manager. No, use your brain. Set up good situations. I'm way more successful when I can keep those sticks in a more manageable situation, and I'm not as predictable on a third down.
Well, this offense is sending a little bit of a message here. Of course, we know how much they've struggled on third down all season long. They're just never able to seem to get into a rhythm, but after that last running play moving the sticks, you just wonder what that does for their confidence.
To the ground, he's got it again. He is snowed under, nowhere to go, and it'll be second and long.
Now, you want to be a great run defense, your DBs have to be great tacklers. And I love the way he comes up, sees the run. I know he makes the money in the back end covering passes, but when you got a guy that can fly up and make tackles, man, does your defense go to a different level.
Got stuffed on first down. It's second and 10. Handoff for Parker. Just a gain of 2, and now they're looking at 3rd and 8.
Well, the defense blitzed on that last run, but it was the big fella on the inside that made the stop and made the play. Great job flying out of his stance, locating where the football was, and getting to the ball carrier. Really good job at the point of attack.
3rd and long coming up. To the air, it's Dampier. Rush right in his face. He's going to be a little bit short of that first down marker, and this defense did a tremendous job not to lose contain on the scramble. The Hoosiers take their first time out. Gives them a little time to dig deep in the play sheet and figure out what to do on 4th down. The Utes come to the line trying to convert on 4th down. Needs it. Uh-oh, look out. Oh, he's got some space. He's into the end zone. Touchdown, Utah. Setting up for the extra point and the tie.
And I'm kind of surprised. That's his first rush of the football game, and they give him the football, and you see why this dude is a baller. Like, give him the ball, he can make people miss, and he can hit home runs, put points on the scoreboard really quickly. Jesse, one touch, one touchdown.
Yeah, and I think the offensive coordinator now is kind of hoping he probably scripted this game a little bit differently. He should have done it on the first drive. They didn't give him any touches, but he's now earned a lot more carries. You're going to see this guy get force-fed now the rest of the game after that run.
Indiana sends the offense onto the field. They'll try to put something together, backed up a bit, starting at their own 13. They saw what happened on that last scoring drive, and now probably feeling a little bit of heat to answer. Fires it incomplete.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Wants to go up top on second down. Out wide left, it's shot. Finds enough room to get it to the 21 before going out of bounds. So an example of a tight end doing a little unheralded work to set up a much better third down situation.
And I like the QB here, Reese. I like the decision where I understand, let's get this football out, let's get some positive yards, and then get to third down, and we can still have a better situation now because we got rid of the football and took the yards that were there.
And listen, the defense knew coming into this one, they were going to target him early and often. He is a weapon, and there's no mystery where the quarterback's going to be looking on critical down and distances. Let's see how they're able to cover him throughout the rest of this game.
They stop him just a link or two short of the first, and man, what they can do on second down here.
When you play zone coverage and you got a wide receiver that's a beast, it becomes very, very difficult. Got to make sure I play physical and maybe even shade the side of the wide receiver having a lot of success.
Maybe a miscommunication. That one didn't have a chance.
All right, that's a good result for the defense. We knew coming into this year they wanted to really improve their pass defense and their secondary and coverage. Nice job there.
Push is ahead. That'll be enough for the first down as they stop him at the 43-yard line. Timeout taken by the Hoosiers. They cannot stop the clock again. And they won't be able to stop the clock again for the remainder of this half. Dropping back, it's Hoover. Makes the catch. It's Preston. Brought down at the 20-yard line after ripping off the big play. The Hoosiers will hustle to the line. They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. Out wide right, it's Becker. And he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Indiana!
And the offense breaks the tie, takes the lead, gains some momentum. How big is this, Palmer, now going into the half with the lead, with the momentum?
Well, they break the tie, but they also break their confidence a little bit now. The opponent now has to go into the locker room probably down, and they're wondering, what adjustments do we have to make? What do we have to fix? Because we've got our work cut out for us in this game.
Inside 30 seconds to play in the half. We'll see how aggressive they are on this drive. They'll start on the ground with Wayshawn Parker. Picked up a few on that run, but this defense able to keep him contained here late in the half. And as we work our way toward halftime, timeout on the field. Sells to fake. Complete with conviction on the crosser. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half, and maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. Drops back on first down. Unloads it downfield. And that deep shot's going to wind up incomplete, but we do have a flag on the field. Let's see what the official says. That was right on the borderline. You want to make that quarter feel you, but the official thought it was a little too much, the roughing the passer penalty. Oh, the attempt is no good. And they couldn't cut into the lead. It's still a 7-point game. We've played 2 quarters here and reached halftime, and we will now check in with Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, let's get it started here. Week 6 on what's already been a revealing day here on the EA Sports College Football Update Show. Let's start with the USC Trojans taking on the number 6 team, the Penn State Nittany Lions. And it's the Trojans able to escape with a 3-point victory. Talk about an upset. The victory gets this team to 4-2. It has not been a perfect start, but they are right in position entering the second half. Here now some other games you may have interest in, and social media has some sharp opinions about the state of things right now. Now back to your game at Rice-Eccles Stadium.
And the Utes will line up to kick off and start the second half. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. We check in with Holly Rowe.
Indiana's head coach told me coming out of the locker room he is so excited about how his quarterback has performed. They did have a lot of high expectations for him, and he has lived up to the challenge. They get the ball here, and they are expecting to go right down the field, regain some of that momentum that their quarterback had in the first half, and make sure he is setting the tone for the second. Back to you.
Appreciate that, Holly. In the backfield, it's Beebe. Chain gang on the move. It'll be a first down at the 29.
I just love quarterbacks that aren't greedy and that aren't always trying to throw the home run ball, right? Second down, you're in your own end of the field. The guy you want to throw to is not open. Just find the back. He'll go do something positive with it. This guy is a weapon, and you got to find him in the passing game.
Hit and brought down right at the line of scrimmage.
And what a job by the defense, seeing the quarterback throw the football, break on the football, no space allowed. As soon as he catches it, defender meet ball carrier and gets him on the ground.
They don't need a bunch on second down. Hits inside, it's Richard. Good, solid pickup on that one. They've got it out to the 40, and it's first down. And the Hoosiers are flying down the field. Looking for a man, it's Hoover. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They've been trying all game long different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there, but on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy, and that's why the ball falls incomplete.
They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. This is why Rice-Eccles, one of the toughest places to play in all the country. Try to get your third down conversion in the midst of this. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the first down.
And this defense has got to be jacked up, man. They've finally forced the fourth down, right? They've gotten a couple of first downs, got some things going, but I think it's decision time for this.
Look at this, guys. The offense appears to be going for it from their own side of the field. Snaps it, and he has to have it. And he's brought down, but he picks up the first down, and the gamble pays off.
That tells you a lot about their confidence in this quarterback. Fourth down early in the game on your own end, and you go for it, but when you make decisions and throws like that, it's easy to see why.
Got 6 yards on the play, 2nd and 4 coming.
That's a big key for this offense. Now, you've got the lead here in the second half. You want to run the football. You've got to just keep getting positive yards. You've got to keep the third downs manageable so you can stay on the field, bleed the clock. That's going to be the key for this offense and their team winning the game.
Now, you put those slot receivers in there, and here's why you do it. You back them off the football a lot of times, but who's guarding them? A lot of times those are linebackers. Those are safeties. You get those good matchups where you can feature one of your speedsters, and a lot of times good things happen.
They'll try to get it through the air. Right side, it's shot. Putting together a real scoring threat here as they pick up the first down at the 36. The Hoosiers come to the line with a new set of downs. The run inside. It's Richard. It'll be a gain of 6. Sets up 2nd and 4.
and this is exactly how you want to draw it up if you're an offensive coach. Later in the game, you start to get in the second half, and you've got the lead, and you can be the more physical team. It's really hard for somebody to come back. This defense has got to come up with a stop. They got to get more physical right now in this football game, or it's good.
Got some room, headed to the goal line. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it... First and goal. And the Hoosiers come to the line with a fresh set of downs thanks to that last connection in the passing game. They'll run it. It's Richard. And he surges across the line. Touch! The offense flexes its muscle a bit and widens the gap.
Take a little exhale. You know, you did your job. You got points. Now you put your defense in a position where, hey, go out and get another stop. We're in great shape. So the offense definitely taking care of their business.
On the run from inside his own 5. They'll corral him and get him down at the 17-yard line on the return. Utah has it back and the offense coming onto the field. So this second half didn't exactly start the way they had hoped on defense, and now the offense will try to answer with a score of its own. Back to throw, it's Dampier. Looking to the big tight end. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Across midfield, down to the 41-yard line is a huge play as this offense rolling.
Yeah, I think if you're on offense right now, you're thinking, I don't know if our defense can stop them. They couldn't do it the last drive out. We're down a lot on the scoreboard right now, so we need to score touchdowns every time we have the ball. That was a big play for them, but they got to cap this thing off.
Turns it upfield. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about. So they'll decline the penalty, pleased with the results of that last play. The Utes come to the line after the big connection and going back to work. And as they get him to the ground, clock running, looks as if time will expire here in the third. As we head to the fourth quarter, this guy is seeing the defense. Look how he spread the ball around. They had a chance to mull things over, and let's see how they start the final period here on second down. Wants to throw again. Look out! Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. They get him on the ground after the turnover, but there is a flag on the field, and we'll see if that will be a reprieve for this offense.
And this is what's going to drive coaches crazy. It's mental errors, right? It doesn't take any talent or lack of talent to have that penalty. You just got to watch the ball, and when it's snapped, get after the quarterback.
Much more manageable situation for this offense after the penalty. It's 2nd and 6. They'll give it to Parker. He'll be pulled down after a good run. They'll mark it at the 15.
And those plays from a defensive perspective, man, they're just super annoying because now I'm in the worst spot ever, 3rd and manageable. Like, I don't know if you're passing, don't know if you're running, so nice job by this offense keeping this defense off balance and creating a 3rd down opportunity that's in their favor.
Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short. Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. 4th down attempt coming. They'll go with Parker. He will not get it. A 4th down stop for this defense as they try to salt this one away. On the run, it's Beebe. Hit and drop behind the line. He'll lose a yard.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run is coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
And they finally get their first sack of the day. And one of the things coaches point to every week, how many times are you affecting the quarterback? Last week, they got 3 sacks. They got to continue to put more and more pressure on the quarterback to play better defense.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. Makes the catch, but goes no further, and it'll be a short pickup on that one. The Hoosiers decide to punt it away. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. He gets a block. And the returner could find no daylight. He goes down. Here comes the Utah offense to get this drive started. They get the ball back after the punt, and they've got to be efficient here as time is winding down. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Scanning the field, it's Dampier. Tried to hit him with a quick game on 1st down, and nothing doing there.
This is a fun spot to be in defensively. Like, it's late in the football game. You know they're passing the football because you're up a couple of scores. You pin your ears back. You try to get to the quarterback. Play smart. Make sure you rally to the football tackle and don't give up the big plays.
And the Utes want to move quickly. On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. And they won't be able to connect downfield, looking for a big-time play.
One of the biggest reasons today why this offense is losing in the...
Hold on a minute. The offense still out there going for it in their own territory. They'll move the tight end. Snapped on 4th down. Throws to the tight end. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception. The Hoosiers offense all set and ready to crank things up. And that interception might well be the nail in the coffin. Offense gets the ball back, up by 2 scores. And he finds some solid space, makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop him. And the Hoosiers with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. From the gun, it's Richard. He'll be dragged to the ground, but it'll be a 1st down. Timeout called by the Utes. That's their first. They still have a couple of timeouts to work with in this final quarter. They've got it down to the 32. 1st and 10 coming. Fresh setter downs going to the air. Oh, pressure's coming. Finds a soft spot in the middle. Utah now calls a timeout. They'll have 1 left. They've got 1 timeout left now. They'll have to choose wisely as to when to use it. The Hoosiers will line it up on 1st and 10. To throw, it's Hoover. They're all over him. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
When you talk about versatility at the running back spot, you got to talk about this guy in the conversation. He already has caught a touchdown in this one. They're still trying to throw him the football. That one goes incomplete, but I would keep this up if I'm on offense.
He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line, and a big red zone opportunity here.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Into the end zone. It falls incomplete. He was trying to find his man for 6. And if the kicker can put one through, this will be a successful drive. There is no doubt. At this point in the game, this crowd knows how big this kick could be.
And with that kick, man, it's a tall order for the other side. I mean, down 3 possessions. Like, this offense is going to have to get the ball and do something with it, and do it quickly if they want to get back in this football game.
And the returner will be knocked down. So the Utes are ready to begin this drive on offense. Mistakes are going to happen, as they did on that last drive. Now, how will they respond, Jesse?
And this is the kind of guy who's going to take full accountability. That was my bad. That's on me. I'm about to lead this offense now down the field and score some points.
Dang, Palmer, I wish I'd have played with you. I didn't play with many quarterbacks that were just like, yeah, my bad. Hey, guys, I got this. Sorry about that. It was more, you should have ran a better route.
And defensively, this is exactly what you want, right? You got the big lead, so you can play big zone coverages. Just keep the ball in front of you. Keep your eye on the quarterback, rally to the football, gang tackle. You're going to win this game.
That will take us to the 2-minute timeout, and not much time left for this offense to put together a miracle. Chance to build a little momentum here by converting this third down from deep in your own territory. Sets his feet. It's Dampier. Quickly to the tight end. He'll have the first down as he gets it to the 28-yard line before he stops. Everybody has to be set. They have to get it off.
And the offense showing off the short passing game, moving the sticks. Nice job, and look at them. They're right on the football, ready to capitalize on this momentum.
And he's brought down at the 40-yard line, and that'll be a first down.
Well, if you're going to complete these in-breaking routes over the middle of the field, it's really important as a quarterback you don't stare the guy down and tip off where you're throwing the football. He's trying to freeze the safeties in this defense and then throws it on time. Accurate throw, nice pitch and catch.
The completion picked up 6 yards on first down, now 2nd and 4. They'll move the wide receiver. Here's a gift to Parker. Down he goes. The Utes in the hurry-up. Shotgun snap, wants to throw it on third. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. And that ball is intercepted at the goal line. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover. And they'll take a knee and watch this clock keep on winding its way toward a victory. I know both of these teams were ranked, guys, but it really seemed as if they weren't on the same level in this game.
I think that was a pretty good statement game for these guys. I mean, you're ranked higher, you're more talented. A lot of people point to this game, possible upset, two really good teams. Jesse, they made it clear.